Rosann, we've known each other for 3 decades.
Yes, a long time.
And you have been a professional counselor.
As you have been a professional counselor, how many people have we known in Hong Kong?
Yes, quite a lot.
So many different people.
And so many changes.
And that's why we want to think about women now and women then, and how women have changed over these years.
That must be very interesting.
Yes.
And it covered different generations.
Always.
Well, if they're interested in what we are talking about, how are they going to find us?
They're going to find us Tuesday night, 9 o'clock, PsychoAlchemy. We are Women Now and Then.
See you there.
Dorothy, does working, employed, being outside the home and employed, it brings women money. Does it bring women freedom? Whoa, so many role models these days.
Well, I mean, to me, it's definitely more freedom, right?
Yes.
And maybe my mom's time, even though she worked, she make money, and she still feel guilty if she goes out herself, do her own thing. And she told me sometimes she just went out and have afternoon tea with her classmates, right? And when she, after 2 hours or 3 hours, she'll look into the watch. Oh, maybe I should head back home, or maybe I should head back to pick up my father in the office. And she will always emphasize when she walks in, my father will lightly say something like, "Oh, so you are back, having a good time?" And my mom felt so guilty.
Wow.
As if she had left my father in the office. But actually, my father said something very innocently, right? Just asking, "Do you have a good time?" And yes, okay, it's okay.
Yeah, isn't, look at her. She's the outlook of her time, though. that was what women did.
Right.
Take care of the family, take care of the men, take care of the children. Oh, bless her. Bless her for being such a woman of her time.
Yeah, but then at my age, I work very hard. You know me, I sometimes work at weekends. I feel tired, but I don't feel guilty.
Yes.
Right? I don't spend time with my family. I just feel, I work very hard because people need me, so I work very hard. But I don't have that guilty feeling. That's already a giant step.
Oh, yes.
Right? But still, if I go out with my friends, like for this kind of trip, shopping at Japan or spa at Thailand, I will make sure I will arrange another trip with my mother in order to balance it out.
Wow.
Because I don't want her to feel jealous. My daughter only have a good time with her friends, not with me. So I will, if I'm planning a trip on June, I'll make sure I'll take her out in May, even for 2 or 3 days. At least she has something to, to talk about. Oh, that's what I would do. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
But I don't think women of today will do that. They just buy a ticket and go.
and the groups who form. There might be 3 who took a training program together, or 2 were in an MA program together. But then they have another friend, and this one has another friend. So it might be 5 women, but only 3 of them knew each other to begin with. And then the next trip, 3 of the 5 and 3 from another place.
Yeah, they add another one. Yeah.
So that we don't have, and this is what I hear women thirsting for, the long-term girlfriends. You can go and have a good time. You can go and eat wonderful food. You can go and see beautiful sights. Who do you talk to about your long-term goals? What are you missing? What do you want? So we say you have more choices. That's absolutely true.
Yes.
You have more choices. Women have never had as many choices of have children or not have children. Good birth control methods.
Yeah.
Feel guilty about it or not feel guilty about public discussion so you don't feel guilty about it. Who can you talk to? There's lots of women your age now who've never had children. So we're changing the biological prescription for women, but we're trying to develop what should she be? Happy. Okay, what does happy mean? Those in counseling know happiness also means when you're helping others. There are very few people who feel absolutely happy in their studio all by themselves. Happiness comes from being with other people and sharing joy. Sharing joy. Okay, but what do we tell women career-wise? Now, in the secondary schools, we're telling girls and boys you can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
You can do whatever you want. You can get into university. Yes. You can get the first job. Yes. And then what happens is the bright, ambitious girls start moving ahead faster than the boys. By the time they're 30, women are making more money than men who graduated the same years with them because of this wonderful communication skill.
Skills, yeah.
They move in management, they move in specialization, they identify what they want. And then we're into that difficult set of years again. Do you have a baby? Do you not have a baby? Do you adopt a child? Do you not? Do you put time into family life or you don't put time into family? Oh, there's no easy way to handle all of that.
Yeah.
What's exciting for women, though, is around age 40 to 45, women are looking forward to what could they do for themselves. And I hear this. There's so many problems in the world. You know, Rosann, I want to work on like cleaning up the oceans, or I'm really interested in elephants. So they're working, but they have some kind of global cause. Animals are getting a lot of attention from women these days. They don't raise children nearly as much, but they care about sanctuaries for orangutans, and they worry about the tigers in India. So we have another perspective coming through that in the 70s, 80s, 90s, we didn't have women in neighborhoods talking about handicapped elephants. It didn't happen.
It didn't happen.
But the electronic communication shows us that the world is, maybe the planet's not in such good shape. We better take care of. It's not uncommon for corporate groups to have days or weekends when people go to help out.
Oh, yeah.
And on these service corporate weekends, they feel they're bonding with friendships and romantic relationships begin when people start talking about what makes them really happy. It's not the profit margin, it's how we're helping other people. So our work life has many more layers to it.
Actually, by putting women into the business setup, we have more humanistic part in it, you know. And Hong Kong, there are so many companies working very hard to qualify as a caring company, right? In order to be a caring company, you have to go to clean up the street, you know, help the old age, or go to visit the poor kids, the sick kids in the hospital. So this is more like some sort of service to the society. But it is good. So you can imagine if you are in a very competitive environment, if you never add in this human factor, we are all become a robot. And as I said, you know, women finally move up the corporate ladder, and our vision should be create more human touch into a business entity.
Human touch.
Human touch is so important. I remember once there's this woman CEO. She had, we call it the town hall meeting. Right? And in the past, the meeting was held by the male CEO. Everyone was so quiet and was like, oh, CEO have something to say. Let's go to the conference room and hear what he has to say. But now the CEO is a woman. She has a town hall meeting. The town hall they have hot dogs, they have snacks. You know, people everyone has an opportunity to share. The mood is totally different.
Absolutely.
Right. So the thing is, if a woman finally decided to stay on the corporate ladder, want to continue to work, actually she doesn't need to become a man. She just can bring in her feminine issue, her female style to the corporation. And I think the corporation can definitely flourish because of this special touch. This tender.
Tender is a good word.
I remember this corporation was a really male corporation, a very technological company, and this year they finally have a female CEO, the first training the CEO asked the HR to do, and as a result they know me, is to a mindful training.
Oh, okay.
Right? You can never imagine a man
Yes.
CEO will do something like
No,
that.
they wouldn't.
No result.
No, they wouldn't.
Yes, yeah.
So we see these combinations of work-oriented goals and then community slash family slash relationship goals. It's very, very challenging. My book this time is a very classic on this of time, work, and leisure. Now, this is from the 1960s.
Wow.
Sebastian Di Grazia was one of the first people to look at when are we working and when is it leisure, and equating work was something you had to do.
Yeah, yeah.
Leisure was something you liked to do.
Yes.
So you could work very hard if you were going to go play a sport on a weekend.
Yeah, yeah.
Or you worked very hard because then you could go sing in the church choir.
Yeah.
We had work activities and leisure activities. Now, just see from the 1960s to 20, we're almost up to 220.
Yeah.
You were just talking about a corporation where there is work, but a give and take.
Yeah.
And then for a leisure activity, we're going to go clean up the beaches. So we have this change in our work cultural setting. What is work? What is leisure? If we ask working women, let me bring it to women,
Yeah.
what do you do in your leisure time? She looks at me and she says, I have no leisure
No
time.
leisure time.
I have, what do you mean leisure, Rosann?
Family time, maybe. Facial time, maybe to them.
Maybe facial time,
Yoga time.
yoga time. But it's a small amount of time. Women tell me, or one woman likes cooking. She said, on the way home on Fridays, I go to the store to get organic this and fresh that, and I cook. And it's bliss for me. Over the weekend,
Yeah.
I cook. But you see how that woman makes it productive for herself and the family. Leisure time. He's drinking a beer, watching the football game. What is her leisure time?
Yeah.
And I want to help women to develop this.
Yes.
Because your brain, our brains, you cannot be work-oriented, then second shift, family
Family,
relationships, and then what's left for you?
For you, yes.
There must be something for you. What do
Yes.
you really enjoy?
Yeah.
In the last section and the section before that, we talked about how problems get solved. And you said there must be some time alone. You must have some time to compose your thoughts, to think together. Think together with some higher power. And this is where we really have problems these days.
Yes.
What is work? What is leisure? What am I doing to promote myself? Where do I find the joy in being with others? And can there be any solitude? A future program on solitude.
Solitude.
Now, I've been talking about books. Tell me about movies.
Well,
what have you been
actually,
doing lately?
over this Easter holiday, I don't think there are too many very good
No,
movie I
yeah,
want to
no,
watch.
right.
I'm not those Marvel thing.
Yes.
So I missed the end game. But I think before the holiday, both of us went to see a movie. Is about this judge. This
Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
Right.
Yes,
The
yes,
movie
yes.
name is On the Basis of Sex.
Yeah.
And I'm not too familiar with the American high court system.
Yes.
So when I watch this movie, to me it's just a movie.
Yeah.
But give me a lot of inspiration is on, wow, we have come a long way.
Yes.
Yeah, just imagine, I remember at the beginning of the movie, it showed how she got into, I think it's Harvard, right? Law
Yes.
school. And she is like one of the 3 women among 100 of male
Yes.
students, and she works so hard to get what she wants. And at that movie, if you remember, she got a very supportive husband,
Oh, a miracle man.
miracle man,
He was wonderful.
right? And you can imagine she's now in her 70s.
That's right.
So when she went through her study, at that time was in the 40s.
That's right. 40s and 50s. Yes,
right?
yes, yes.
So at that time, she was so lucky to have such a supportive husband.
I often wonder, how did that happen? Few women, and I think I was one, have really great men in their lives.
Yeah.
But how did that? But he said, you do a good job. Let them know it's your brain.
Yes.
Wow.
I mean, these kind of words, this kind of concept is still not very popular in Hong Kong. Definitely not very popular in China.
And not in Asia generally.
Not in Asia generally, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the reason I choose this movie, I think even though it's a movie, it sort of give me a lot of, how to say, positive reinforcement, you know. Woman, if you know what you are good at,
Yes.
don't feel embarrassed, you know.
Right.
And you are lucky if you have such a supportive husband, but still you have to believe in yourself.
Yes.
Yeah, we can all contribute. We can all do something for the betterment of the world. You know, you
Yes.
don't need to hold yourself back. And sometimes what you said just now remind me of, well, maybe women need to prove ourselves so much, so we just work. After that, we still work hard in our family. We don't really give ourselves some time to relax.
Yes.
Yeah. And the leisure thing, when you said it just now, I was thinking,
Oh.
did I do anything for leisure? So I was a little bit guilty.
Yeah.
You see, I'm very quiet today because
Yeah.
if you talk about work, I have a lot of things to say.
Right.
But when you talk about leisure,
Okay, but it doesn't have to be by the week.
yes.
By the seasons.
Okay.
By the seasons. In the movie,
Yeah.
Ruth Bader Ginsburg has
Uh-huh.
a daughter and a son.
Yes.
She brings the daughter into her work.
Yes.
She allows the kids to see
Uh-huh.
that she has something she wants to accomplish.
Yes. Yes.
And it helps us to see that there's a role in the family.
Mm-hmm.
It's not dad's doing his job, mom's doing her job, and you guys gotta come along. But rather, hey, will you please look at what your mother is
Is doing,
doing,
yeah.
and maybe be a little bit more supportive
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
She doesn't have to help you all the time. You help her.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you know, it's an awakening for
Yes.
kids
Yes.
that you have some responsibility. You can't grow up and think everybody's going to serve you. Start serving other people sooner in your life.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that part I was very impressive too, right?
Yes.
I don't think Asian mother ever think of it. They are always the caring person, the provider. And at that part, I think her daughter did a pretty good job too. You know,
Her daughter began to help with the
Yes,
research.
Yes.
Her daughter used to argue with mom.
Yeah.
But if mom doesn't provide some hope for how women are going to be, for how men and women could get along, for how we're going to help the society, who else is going to do it?
Yeah. Yeah.
So Asian mothers in Asia, wake up.
Yes.
Time's changing.
Yes.
And these are things you want to do. You know you want to do it. So we can help guide our kids. Our kids have to help us as we move along.
Yes.
Yes, they
That's
must.
Yes.
They must.
That's
Oh my
a
goodness.
pretty good way to end.
That's a way to end.
Yeah.
Working together to help women. Okay.
See you at our last episode.
Last episode, being alone.
Yes.
Yes.